Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's his next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Bitcoin has currently bounced off of this 13 EMA, which is extremely bullish. And is it going to head all the way up to a crazy target? We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. And if you want to learn how to trade all of this, you can do so right by heading down to DaVinciJ15.com, right? Subscribing, and you can join my private Telegram group and also get Pandora's wallet for absolutely free. Also, if you want to trade what we're talking about in today's episode, you can do so by heading over to Davinci, bybit.davincij15.com and do so on Bybit as well as femex.davincij15.com. My name is Davinci Jeremy, and I'm joined here with Indy Campos.
Good morning, people. How are you today?
Oh man, we are in the pipe 5x5. I always reserve that for Chris's show, but you know what? I decided, I don't know, I just thought, that's how I felt, right? I feel like that pretty much every day, right? Because, every day in crypto is a good day. Yeah, the banks are coming. The banks are going to come and they're going to try to squash us, right? They've already, I think, all these purges that are happening, right, here and there, are just probably tests to see what happens. What will people do? What will people do if we take out these crypto people, right? So that when the real event comes, they know what to do. They know how to handle it because they're probably probing the waters, in my opinion. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's been a Twitter purge, right? Chris from MM Crypto is gone. What's his name? Car from the Moon, right? Plan B, and a whole slew of others are all wiped off out of Twitter. Now, probably going to get their accounts back, but I feel that this is the test to see what you do, right? That's my opinion on that, because there's no reason for this, because you don't see Jack Dorsey getting removed from from Twitter, right? You don't see right? You don't see Elon Musk getting removed to Twitter. You don't see any CNBC or all those guys getting removed from Twitter. You only see us getting removed from Twitter, getting removed from YouTube, right? Why is that? Right? You might want to think about that for a second. Anyways, we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about what's a signal that's going on that's causing Bitcoin to go to the moon, right? And we're also going to do some more. We're going to do TA on Ethereum and a whole bunch more. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of other topics. So stay tuned. Watch all the way to the end because it's going to be another interesting episode. Right, Inti?
Yes, sir.
And he's here, right, to check to see if there's any questions in the comment section, basically on the chat. If you're not watching this live, you're missing out, right? And you can do so by either subscribing to Pandora's wallet or purchasing the DJ15 token, or if you don't have any money, you could also check it out for free on Twitch. All right, so before I get onto the charts, don't you have a few things to say, Inti?
Yes, sir, I do. People, as always, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market. So, Davinci, let's bring it on.
All right, okay, let's do that. Let's go on to the charts here. Well, Bitcoin has stalled out at the 78.6, but which made sense. I mean, last night, I'm sorry for the Pandora's wallet holders. I did not mention this as I was going to bed. I saw on the 5-minute chart, right? I was looking at this and I was like, yeah, okay. These juicy W's were like so juicy, so delicious, right? That they were gonna play out. But I was like, I'm not chasing this. And I'm thinking, okay, look at all these wicks here. They're beautiful. They're like nice higher lows, all the way up. So you could imagine there's a lot of stop losses here. Like stop loss here, stop loss there, stop loss there. So I'd find it hard pressed to believe that the market would just continue going higher, without checking, without wiping out these people, right? Because one of the things I learned, right, in my classes for learning how to trade is that, right, the market always does especially when you're dealing with the banking system and forex and so forth. They always go for the stops, always. And when they set you up like that, right, especially on forex, you could imagine that they're going to come after your stops, right? And that's what they did. So this is basically trading like forex. And instead of I was like, I'm not going to be a sucker up here. I said, hey, I'm gonna hit a buy order right down at this one right here, right just below the 53,500 level. And I added to my my long here about $100,000 from my long, and as you can see, it's playing out extremely well so far. Alrighty, just want to keep you guys informed, right? These W's are gonna look like this, right? They're gonna if you're going through the lower time frame, you might it'll tempt you to get greedy, right? As you can see, I saw this W last night, and I was like, okay, the breakouts here, right? Looks pretty decent. This is something you'd trade on a shorter term basis, but doesn't look like you'd want to hold it because of all that all those stop loss runs that they would probably pull on you, and they did. Let's see if this thing would give you there it is. Your target is right about here, right? And you got paid. Right, and it tried to make you keep you in the game, right, by saying, "Hey, look, we're going a little bit higher than that. Yeah, you might want to stay. You want to stay," and then they dumped it on you. And so, yeah, you would have gotten paid, but hey, if you held on to that trade, it would have been it would have hurt badly because you would have been stopped out if at least by the break even part. If you were smart enough to wait for the 50% rule and then set your stop to break even. Alrighty. So where do we go from here? Right? With that said, we can see that we've already rounded down. Right? I would expect another rounding down before we continue higher. This means we'll probably create another W, a bigger one. As you can see coming through here on the 5-minute. So if we go down to the 15-minute, you can see it a little bit more clearer. Maybe on the hourly, also you can see, the hourly will also produce the same thing. So most likely we're probably going to come down a little bit. If you want to trade this, maybe you do a Hail Mary pass here, right? Basically you take the fibs and you buy the 78.6. We have a lot of pressure, upward pressure, so we might just bounce. You might want to start to nibble at the 61.8 and add more at the 78.6 and stop loss it at the $53,000 level, even dollar level, and that would be the trade. Totally up to you, right? This is a suggestion for a trade. No guarantees from the management. Okay. Next one, let's head over to Ethereum and see what we got here. Ethereum pretty much did the same thing, right? Set everybody up to wipe everybody out. You can see, right? You can see that it created a lot of higher lows, lots of W's, lots of W action to get you all excited, get your panties all wet, and then nope. Oh man, just to wipe you out. Horrible, these guys, man. But that's the way it is, right? The market, it can be very brutal and very choppy, and they tend to set up all the players because 90% of all people who enter the market or end up losing. And it's designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, this market. So And when you try to jump into any kind of market, whether it's be Bitcoin trading market, or the stock market, or the bond market, it doesn't matter. It's designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, and only 10% of those people who trade it actually do extremely well. All right. With that said, let's head over to the Bitcoin dominance, right? We're going to see that the dominance, right, is still trying to break down, right? Once we get a confirmed close below, I think below the 60% level, that's it. We're going down. We're going down, and you can see altcoins start to pop like popcorn. They're just, it's going to be a frenzy. It's going to be a feeding frenzy of epic proportions. Right, it's going to start with one sector, then another sector, then another sector, and another sector, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, all of them, all at once. It's going to be absolutely insane. Why is that? It's because once we start doing the sector after sector, right, people will be like, okay, well, I need to go to the next one. I got to get ahead to the next one. And eventually they'll just start buying everything, and people will start buying everything to get in on any kind of pump. And yeah, it's just going to be buck wild, right? My account, right? I'm looking forward to seeing this count, what this count does in the next 30 days, because it's going to be very interesting. Indeed. And if you want to see what I'm buying, right, and everything, you need to join Pandora's wallet, right? Head over there to www.pandoraswallet.com. It's 50% off, and you can see what I'm buying and when I'm selling and so forth. Alrighty. Also, you need to start subscribing to BitChute, right? Because I mean, they're coming. The banks are coming, right? They've already came for. They're not. You might say they're not coming. They have this. This is not. This is just an accident because Twitter's algorithms or something like that. But I don't think so. It smells really bad to me. Right? There's something fishy about that. So I have to say, right, because I know that Chris from Remember Crypto, he is he's I think he does have the check mark on. I'm not 100% sure if he does have the check mark on Twitter. I know he doesn't have Instagram. He has it on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm not sure if he has it on Twitter, but if he does, that would be very interesting to see that he was actually banned, even though he's got an approved account. I'm going to ask him actually next shortly after this video. I'm going to send him a text message, right? So make sure you subscribe, right, to these alternatives, right? And also, if you head down to the comment section, to the comment section, the description below actually of this video, you'll have a link to this channel, and also a link to my alternative channel as well. So check that out. All right. Let's talk about Colin Powell, right? Saying inflation is ahead, right? He's worried. He's concerned. Mr. Jerome Powell, that inflation is coming down the pipe. But he's not going to change. He's not going to increase interest rates. That's just crazy. Because government needs to print more money, right? They need more money so that you could pay for your rent, pay for your food. You can't do that in the United States. And besides, right, everybody in the world is accepting dollars. What could possibly go wrong? Right? So, we're going to see more money printing, right? We're going to see the inflation actually coming down in the next 6 months. Because remember, when we printed all the 20% more money, that was 12 years. That was 12 months ago. Sorry, not 12 years. 12 months. 12 months ago, we printed 20% more currency. So we're now we only have another 6 more months before see the actual price increase. Right? And yeah, you might say, well, wait a second. What about the fact that our economy is not doing anything? It's slowed down. Yes, that's true, but you're getting free money so that you can buy stuff from everywhere else in the world. So that means inflation is going to come as prices start to increase because everybody else is working, right? But hey, the Americans, they don't have to really work. They got something called a printing press, right? And it's working extremely well because nothing's happening. Look, there's a little bit of inflation. It's only like 2% right now, and maybe we might see a little bit more in the future, but not going to be a whole lot. That's what Jerome thinks. Probably maybe 3 or 4%. That's not so bad, but in reality, it's obviously going to be greater than 20%. And this is going to freak out a lot of businesses as they see this happening, and they're going to add more Bitcoin to their balance sheet. And we're going to talk more about that in tomorrow's episode. All right. Well, I want to also point out that I had a nice tweet that I did today because I was looking around in my emails and I found this email. This was my very first email, right? I sent it to myself, right, from my work to myself to run so I could play around with a Bitcoin mining software, basically the CPU mining software for Bitcoin. Right, this is back when Bitcoin was the only currency, right? And I sent myself this, trying to play with it at home, and wow, when I found this email, I was like, well, I can't even download the file because that CPU miner, right, is now considered a virus, right, by most by most applications because it's actually used the core code is used by viruses to mine on your computer. So that's why it's now marked as a virus and I can't download it. But it's pretty interesting, right? Do you know what the price of Bitcoin was back then, Inti?
Let me guess. $1 to $5?
No, actually, I said it's right here. At the time, it was less than $1.
Okay, I thought it was bait.
No, it was 92. It was 92 cents, and it stayed the whole of March. Right, it stuck around below $1, and I was thinking that it was gonna stay there for quite some time, and I would have lots of time to buy it. But if you take a look at Bitcoin price March 2011. I need to click on this here. There we go. Alrighty. As you can see, right, in March, as I was studying this, because I was studying this, right, as we were approaching it, because I heard about it somewhere between the end of February to March, and then I started studying it. And as I was studying it, the price stayed around below $1. So I thought it was going to stay there for quite some time. And then I really started to buy, as you can see in the email, right? Really started to buy. Oops, I took it down. But anyways, you saw that I started to buy around the end of March and thought I had plenty of time, and then it just went whoosh, straight up. And it went higher than this, right? It was like a lot higher. It was like $32 was the peak for me, and then it went all the way back down to like $2, right, as a low in December. But yeah, it was interesting times, and everybody thought, and I bought the peak. I bought the $32, and I kept it all, and I kept a lot of them, and I kept mining and stuff like that, and I started opening up mining pools and started using the Bitcoins to buy stuff, to pay for developers and so forth. Yeah. It was good times, man. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching, right? Thank you for participating in today's video. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's because we're going to be talking about, all the companies putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. It makes sense because we do it, right? Of course. Davinci codes, right? My company obviously does it as well, right? Duh. So we're gonna talk about that and more in tomorrow's episode. So hope to see you there. Remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay. You need to be a part of it. Cheers, people.
Goodbye.